was preaching in high school, and by that time we were living in Umoja in Eastlands. We had a neighbor that was always coming. For her, she was privileged to be working in one of the 5-star hotels. She was privileged to be a housekeeper, and we used to see like she had made it, because those are places we could only hear. And you know, she could always give us those people that live in plots. You understand the dynamics. You know, she was always giving us stories of 5-star. You know how things are done. We could hear things like buffet. You are like raboska la grasa. You know, just hearing a buffet that you can go somewhere and eat whatever you want. You know, we are like, hey, atinini. Hey, look at your neighbor. Mwambie Yesu atakutoa ushamba. I remember this woman. I was preaching and I was in high school. I was full of the fire of God. So I thank God, and I'm always indebted to my mother, because I had the fire, but she gave me the focus to go through school. But even when I was on holidays and I was preaching, I was being invited in different places, schools, universities, churches. She was always there to hold my hand. And I remember this woman. She told her, you know, why are you wasting time with your daughter and giving her time to preach? Your daughter should be busy looking for, you know, menial jobs where she can be able to raise funds and help you, you know, support even her younger siblings, Shifra and Shafiq. What is this shenanigans? What is this nonsense? She's preaching here and here. What is the advantage? You know, she was such a discourager, and she could not really understand. She was like, look at me today. I am working in a 5-star hotel as a housekeeper. My children right now, I've enrolled them to do housekeeping. Where are your children headed with the gospel? She's like, you are preaching in the slums also. Do you want your children to be like you? This woman discouraged me heavily. Somebody say heavily.
Heavily.
Somebody say heavily.
Heavily.
Somebody say heavily.
Heavily.
And by the special grace of God, this woman, you know, that time she looked like she had made it, and even in the same duration of time. And every time I dreaded to meet her, because she always had a negative word to say. And I'm here to tell somebody, don't focus on your mockers. Focus on your maker. Your destiny is not with your mockers.
Yes.
Your destiny is with your maker.
My God.
My mom told me, don't focus. You know, it's a plot, so you can't avoid who is talking. And you know, as people, she just told me, as they keep talking behind our backs, as we preach the gospel, God will bless us before their face. One day, God will repackage us, rebrand us, and reintroduce us to the nations. And I remember this woman much later now, she was applying for visas, what. And she relocated. And she went to a foreign country. I'll not mention the country. And by the special grace of God, I was invited in the same country to minister. By this time, God had already, Mungu tayari alikuwa ametuosha. Salamia jirani yako, mwambie there is a God.
There's a God
That can repackage,
that can
rebrand, and reintroduce. So I was booked in the most expensive hotel in that city, and I was staying in the presidential suite, and my team was on the executive floor. So I told my PA, because I am so exhausted, I am not going to the restaurant. Please do a room service. Tell them to serve in my room. And I was there, you know, together with the host as we were discussing and just briefing me on the meeting. And the person that walked in with the tray to come and serve the presidential suite was my neighbor.
Jesus. Hey. My God.
She saw me. She saw me because I was standing talking to my host. The tray that was in her hand dropped.
Power.
Look at your neighbor. Tell them there are people that thought you would never become a somebody.
Oh, yes.
People that thought you'd never become a somebody.
And you know, I was there. I was like, God bless you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Please, you can just, you know. So she was trying to clean up. And the following day, the lady came. And she came and she was asking my protocol. Please, is it possible? And this time she was asking, is it possible? Even I know the hotel does not permit us to speak to guests, but I'm asking, please, is it possible to speak to the oracle? I just want her to lay her hands on me and speak a word over my children. The same person that had despised me, that was speaking against us while we were preaching the gospel. Now she was there serving me, still in the same level of a housekeeper. Hey! Don't worry about those who look down on you.
Come on.
Don't worry about those who talk about you.
Yes.
Let the talkers talk.
Yes.
Your destiny is not in the mouth of gossipers.
Oh, yes.
Your destiny is in the hands of God.
Yes.
I came to tell somebody here, keep serving God. As you keep serving God, He will handle those people that have put their mouth on you.
Right.
Tell your neighbor, don't worry
Don't worry
about those who have put their mouth on you.
about those that have put their mouth.
God will handle
God will have.
anyone that has put their mouth on you.
Amen.
When God's hand is on you, He handles those who have put their mouth on you. Listen to me, the same woman was coming, she was crying, she was saying, Oracle, my children are lost in the world. I am frustrated. And you know, I prayed for her. And just to show her that what God can do, I said, this is $1,000 for your lunch. God bless you. The woman went on the floor. She said, let the God of the oracle be God.
God of miracles.
May God surprise anyone.
Jesus.
Those that have been mocking your God. Those that have been saying, where is your God?
Oh, yes.
You are praying, you are fasting, you are giving, you are sowing. I stand as an oracle. I came with the unction to decree and to declare. Anyone that look down on you,
Oh, yes.
they will look up to you.
Amen.
God will introduce you.
Hey,
God will repackage you,
I receive.
rebrand you,
I receive.
and reintroduce you.
I receive.
Somebody say, Lord,
Lord,
repackage me,
repackage me.
rebrand me,
Rebrand me.
reintroduce me.
Reintroduce me.